Hello there, my name's Chris. I'm one of the careers advisors at CXK and I'm here with my colleague Reese to talk to you about post-16 choices. So you may be in year 10 or year 11 wondering what your choices are for when you finish your statutory education. What we're going to be looking at today is what those choices actually are. Now these choices will vary depending on where you are in the country, what opportunities that you've got nearby to you and how far you're able to travel. But hopefully today will be useful in just giving you a bit of an overview in terms of what is possible out there for you looking at your future. So let's look at these choices. So first of all, one option that you've got, depending on your grades, is to go to sixth form. Now this particular set of choices is an academic sixth form, and what we mean by this is one where these types of courses are predominantly exam based. Now one popular option is to go and take A-levels. Now generally you get to do 3 different subjects and what's called an extended project qualification, which is like a big project where you can showcase the stuff that you're into. However, some sixth forms will let you do a 4th A-level there instead. And often you have to do some extracurricular work on the side, which will help prepare you for your post-18 choices. Sometimes we call this the research year, and a lot of it happens in year 12. So this is one option that you've got. Now, to get into this option, you will need 4 grades of 4 and above, including Maths and English. Now, some sixth forms, however, will want you to have higher grades in the subjects you want to study. Another option that you've got that we find at some other sixth forms is the International Baccalaureate Diploma Programme, sometimes just known as the IB. Now in this one you would do 3 higher level diplomas, each individual subject. Each one of those is roughly about worth 1 A-level. And you would do 3 standard subjects. Each one of those is worth roughly half of an A-level. You also have to do a modern foreign language, that's a part of the IB. And also you have some additional stuff that you have to do alongside to build your study skills and prepare you for your post-18 choices. And again, the entry criteria is the same. So if you like more exam-based study, these options could be for you. Both of them provide you with variety in different ways. Let's go on and look at some other choices. You get other sixth forms though. Now these sixth forms run what are called applied qualifications. An applied qualification is mainly coursework based, so far fewer exams. Now you might find some sixth forms will run what's called the BTEC syllabus. And here you might do 3 separate BTEC subjects, but they're all coursework led on the whole. Again, you have to do some extra activity on the side to prepare for your post-18 choices, but the entry criteria may be between 3 and 4 within your GCSEs, including Maths or English in some cases, and some of these sixth forms will let you resit your Maths or your English, so if you're a bit weaker in one or the other, you might be able to get a resit in. Now, the other option you've got is another IB programme within a sixth form that some sixth forms provide, and this is called the IB Careers Programme, and it's slightly different to the other IB in that you get BTEC, one of those singles that's the equivalent of that, and you do 2 IB diplomas. And the range of stuff you're doing is slightly different. You still have to do some kind of language work, but it doesn't have to be necessarily a full qualification. It can just be a component of the additional stuff that you're doing. So this might suit you if you like variety as a sixth form, but are not so keen on exams. Now you also get hybrid models, which might have a combination of BTECs and A-levels. That could be something that could suit you as well. But check out your local sixth forms to see what they're offering if this is something you want to get into. But you've got more choices. Some of you might be wanting to go to college. Well, within a college, what you've got is you've got lots of levels of different qualifications. The other ones we looked at were predominantly level 3. Within a college, you get level 1, level 2, level 3. And this works like a ladder that you can work up. So if you're not getting the grades to go in at level 3, you might go in at level 2 or level 1 and work your way up. So it provides you with a safety net. And accordingly, so for level 1 courses, you're looking at grades at 1 or 2 at GCSE. If you're looking here at your level 2, it's generally around about grades of 3, unless you're doing something that's technical, in which case you want them to want 4s and above. And for your level 3, you're generally looking at around about 4 4s, again with the Maths and English. But again, colleges can provide support with resit for the Maths and English as well to support you with this. But if you like the idea of doing something that's applied, which is a subject like art or sport or something like that, but just focusing on that one subject without the exams, this might suit you as a pathway. Okay, but you've got more choices. That's not it, folks. You've also got vocational subjects at a college. Now, vocational subjects are generally where it's to do with a job. So, for example, hairdressing, mechanics, engineering, all of that good stuff. Now, depending on your experience and the work experience you've already had, you may start at level 1 or level 2. But for many options, the vocational training will start at level 2. And then you've got loads of other pathways that come off this into the workplace, whether work-based training, formal or informal, or apprenticeships and stuff. So if you're wanting to try out a particular trade or a job, this could be a way to allow you to do that. And some students do this instead. Okay. But you've got more choices. That's not it, folks. So what you might find are 2 other sets of qualifications. So we do have the University Entrance Diploma. This is mainly aimed at students who might have done, say, something like sixth form previously and are looking to top up their studies or have come from another background and looking to change direction. So a few universities will run this, and you'll go and do this on a university campus. And it's a level 3 course. And locally, what we've got down here in Kent, we've got a Humanities and Social Sciences pathway or a Social Sciences and Science pathway. This might be the thing for you, and it can be taught in several ways as a 1-year top-up, a 2-year course, or 18-month option. So it's quite a flexible option, but places are limited. The other option we've got, which you may have heard more about lately, are the T-levels. Now the T-levels are brand shiny new, they've only just come out in the last year or so. You do 4 days of study per week at your college or your school, wherever you're doing these, and you do 1 day a week in an industry placement, giving you additional stuff to go into the world of work or further educational training afterwards. They're quite new, they're quite interesting, but they are quite academic in places in the sense that you still have some exams and bits to do. And the entry criteria, what we're hearing for many of these, is more like the A-levels. But if you want something that's a little bit of a hybrid between lots of different options, these T-levels might be for you, aligned to the world of work and different industries, but with a lot of study and a work placement built in, focused again on one area, and the entry criteria is similar, with needing around about 4 to 5 grade 4s and above, including Maths and English. This could be another college option for you. But there's more! What else have we got? Wow! You might decide to go and do an apprenticeship. Apprenticeships are amazing. You get to do generally around about 4 days a week at work. You get paid a training wage, but then also 1 day a week at college or education of some sort. It could be on a placement, it could be at your place of work, but there's a study element to it. There's loads of different levels of apprenticeships. Where you are now, you can go in at level 2 or level 3. Now, if you're looking at these other levels, level 4 upwards, these are sometimes called higher or degree apprenticeships or school leaver schemes. With these ones, a word of caution. So, if you're interested in doing one of these, so this includes possibly areas like law, architecture, design engineering, these ones require you to get your other level 3 qualifications first, either through a sixth form or through a college, doing one of those other options we've already spoken about. So if these interest you, make sure you choose the right options that we've already looked at to get you there. Okay, but loads of really amazing stuff here with apprenticeships. But there's one last option. Here we go. You might have looked at everything we've looked at so far and gone, none of that's for me at this point. So you might decide to do what's called a study programme or a traineeship. With the study programmes, they're generally aimed at young people who don't feel ready for school or college or a mainstream setting. They're normally in small groups of 5 to 10, depending on the study programme provider. They're flexible in length. Some can be a few months, some can be up to a year. Generally, it's focused on building your confidence and your skills to then go on into either the workplace, through an apprenticeship, or back to college to carry on with your study. They're very flexible and very bespoke. Now, with all of these options as well, there is actually SEND support for those with special educational needs or disabilities. And with the study programme, there's a scheme called Supported Employment. If you look up an organisation called BASE, you can find out more. If you go onto our CXK website and have a look at our resources and blog section, we can find out, or you can find out more about those choices that are out there around that kind of area. With all of the options we've looked at as well, if you do have SEND, make sure that you talk to your college, your school about the support that you might need to make sure you're fully supported with what you want to do. There are also, which is worth mentioning, supported apprenticeships where you can be supported in the workplace. So these options are there and are varied for you. Now I hope you found this really helpful in terms of the choices that you've got. Now if you're looking at this and you've got questions about where you can go next and what you can do, make contact with your careers advisor in school. If you haven't got a careers advisor in school, contact the National Careers Service, where there's colleagues there who are trained to support you with your next steps and help you with any questions that you might have. But I wish you the best of luck with your post-16 choices, with your careers research. Good luck for your future. All the best.